just this morning. So with this one, let's go back to when we ended up doing the vanishing point. So remember when we ended up putting the piece of tape, we ended up putting a dot, we ended up using a ruler and laying up the dot of tape. Yes, everybody?
Yeah.
Good? Okay, so now the importance for when we paint our trees is whatever side our cast shadow is on, so this one being on the left, then we're going to paint the left side of the tree. Cast shadow's on the left, so I paint the left side of the tree. So the branches even, if the sun is popping up this way, it's hitting the underneath of this branch. So that's how you do the light side. You choose however you want to do the branches, okay? Now this one being on the right side of the vanishing point, we'd end up doing the right side of the tree, okay? Now, with my demo, I might have some people that end up doing their piece of tape like right on a tree. So maybe you have a big cast shadow like this and you're like, well, how do I do that one? Because the entire side is behind. So what I did for that one is I made each edge the light side come back. And I will get started now. Alright, so how you're going to paint both these trees are completely different. So me being a lefty, I'm going to start with the left side. I'm going to load up my brush with brown. I'm painting this dry. The sun I'm saying was right here. So the right side is going to end up being painted. I'm going to be painting about half of it, all on the right side. I'm giving myself just a little bit of room on the edge so that I can do this fairly fast and not be feeling like I'm going to go in the sky. If you end up having too much water in your brush and you bleed into the sky, sadly some people had that happen with Mr. Benna, and you can't really fix it. It's just one of those things where you want to go slow. So I tend to end up having just a small hairline bead of white left behind, and then I'll go back at the very end and just add a little bit. So I'm getting close to it. I'm doing this exactly how I would expect you guys to. Alright, so now after I've done that, now I'm just going to take water and I'm going to pull this across. This is just like we ended up doing the ground. Now I would not suggest having this be the same all the way. So after you're wanting to just do this one tree and then work on your second oak. But don't do that half brown and then work on the next tree half brown and the next tree, because it'll be dry before you can even get to it. So you might want to just paint a little bit and then work the water across, paint a little bit and work the water across. But I'm doing this a little fast because I've done it before a few times today. So I'm going to add a little bit more brown, and I'm going to make some areas a little bit inconsistent. I'm going to make some have a little bit more dark to it than some other spots. Now, if say that you have a couple flaws, like this tree, there's just a couple spots where I accidentally got a little paint in it. What I'm going to end up doing is just cover it up with the natural brown rather than have just a purple blotch sticking on the tree. So I'm going to add just a little dot right there, a little dot right there, and a little bit right here. And then if I want to darken up anything, maybe I'm going to darken up right where the shadow's at. But I'm pretty much saying this tree's done. Okay? Now, cleaning out my brush, this guy being thin, this guy being thin, having branches, we're going to end up adding black to these ones. So I'm going to figure out, alright, well, the cast shadow is going to the left, meaning I need to do black on the left. You're going to do a third of this black. And then you're going to load up your brush with water, and you're going to pull this across. Now you're thinking, well, how's this any different from the first tree you just demonstrated with? The next step that we're going to do is different. So now, this is looking really dark. If it does not look really dark, then you did not do this part. It's black. What's talking about? Alright, so now I'm going to take a paper towel. Fresh paper towel has not been used yet. I'm going to fold this over a couple times. This part's important. You're going to then create a nice hard crease. The side where I'm saying the light's coming from, I'm going to lay this on half of it to a little bit less than half. Lay it, press it, pull it off. Ooh la la. Now, last thing, I'm saying sun's right here. So that means the underneath of this branch is gonna be the light side. So I'm gonna start with the top part. I'm only gonna do one branch. So I'm just gonna, right on top there. I'm gonna do the same thing and get just random little spots on my flaws. And then I'm going to take the water, pull it across. I actually think it looks nice when you don't have the black all consistent. Like I have this hard line right there, I'm gonna add a little bit more black. Just make it inconsistent because naturally it would not just all have a hard line on it. And then after I get this filled in, then I'm going to take the paper towel, and I would suggest just making a couple of random spots and not making a hard line. And that's it. And you're just gonna follow, copy paste for the rest of it. If you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise, get dialed in and finish this guy out.